This is going to be a video of the double rebozo back carry with shoulder-to-shoulder chest belt using a woven wrap. I am going to do the version that starts with a half knot at your chest, and I'm also going to show a few variations that you can do with shorter wraps. So the first thing I need to decide is which side I want to be my longer side. This carry starts with the wrap over one shoulder and opposite and under the opposite arm. And you want the long side to be over your shoulder. I like to start with the wrap over my right shoulder, so that side needs to be longer. Now, to determine where to start my baby on the wrap, I'm going to therefore hold the middle marker at my chest with my left hand, and then take my right hand and feed around to find where the middle of my back is on the wrap, and that is where I'm going to start my baby. So I'm going to use the hip scoop method to get him on my back. I'll start him on my left hip, and then put that spot of the wrap that I found at the middle of his back. And then I like to actually reach back and get that back tail over my shoulder to start with. So that is up and over my shoulder. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to scoot him onto my back by placing my right hand on his bottom, then bringing my left arm over, and then I'm just going to bounce him up and around nice and high on my back. Then the very first thing I'm going to do is get the top rail on both sides nice and snug. Notice my middle marker is right at my chest where it should be. And then I'm going to pin the top rail on both sides underneath my chin, so that way he can't try to push away or try to sit up on my back. Then I'm going to make a nice seat by pulling the bottom rail down and taut, and then I'm going to tuck it up all the way to the back of his knees between his body and mine. Now I'm going to make that chest belt that we talked about. I'm going to tie that half knot. So the long side is over my right shoulder. I'm going to bring it over the short side and then pull it up and through. God bless you. So now I'm going to get that nice and tight, and that's going to help secure the carry right from the start. Have my hair tied back, please? Thank you. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is take this long tail that's now over at my left shoulder and bring it over my left shoulder, and then I'm going to spread it again, making another rebozo pass. Spread it over his body, and again, getting that bottom rail all the way to the back of his knees in a nice seated position. Now I'm bringing it to the front, and I'm going to bring it through the chest belt. Since we started with the half knot, I want to come up and over, then bring it down and through. And then here I can bounce and tighten a little bit and get these loops to the sides a little. Now if your baby is secure now, notice I'm standing up and he's not going anywhere. If you're using a short wrap, you can just stop right here. The tails will hang down just a little bit and you're set, you're ready to go. But the original version of this carry had you then tie off with these tails, which you would then bring to the back, bring over the first leg, cross under the bottom, and then come under the second leg to tie in front. And this wrap is just long enough for me to do so, tying in the tippy tails. So another option, if your wrap isn't quite long enough to tie in front, is that you can tie under the baby's bottom. So once you're here, you would just bring the tails back over the first leg, and then just tie under the baby's bottom. Now, with these shoulder straps, you can let them just stay bunched up on top of your shoulders, or if you like, you can bring them down to cup your shoulders, which some people find a little bit more comfortable as well. So there we have it. This is the double rebozo with shoulder-to-shoulder chest belt. And again, this was the version that started with the half knot at the chest. Thank you.